Hey, it's Scotch Test Dummies on Whiskey Wednesday. What do we got, Bruno?
We're in your basement.
Boom, that's what this is. Cousin Shane is a slow worker.
Yeah, Cousin Shane is still working.
Yeah, he's still down here working. This is going to be a Scotch bar behind me.
Well, a whiskey bar.
A whiskey bar, yeah. Not just Scotch.
Mainly Scotch is probably.
Whiskey bar, and this will be an actual bar top with stools, and eventually we will film down here when it's done. But what are we doing today?
You'll have to throw in some pictures for them. We can take some and you can show them a little bit more broader scape of what we're looking at.
Scape.
Yep.
What do we
Colonel E.H. Taylor Jr. Small Batch.
Yes.
Kentucky. Straight Kentucky bourbon.
Now the most surprising thing here is the height of this bottle. This bottle is freakishly tall, kind of like myself. This thing doesn't fit on most of my bottle shelves.
That is true.
Because it's too tall.
So as you're having your shelves constructed behind us,
yes,
you might take that into account.
Yes. I think I'm going to make them adjustable. So maybe I'll have like the freakishly tall section.
Sure.
What's some of the history on this?
Colonel E.H. Taylor is actually from the Buffalo Trace Distillery.
We've got one of the dogs. You go back and watch.
Cut that out.
No, go back and watch Hakushu, and you'll understand who's barking. E.H. Taylor?
Anyway, yeah, Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Right.
Colonel E.H. Taylor, though, go back towards the end of the Civil War when Colonel E.H. Taylor himself got into the bourbon industry. And today, to this date, this small batch whiskey is aged in warehouses that were hand-built by Colonel E.H. Taylor Jr. himself.
By the way, game face.
Game
That's
face.
all I'm saying, game face. Some of you know what that means, but I'm not doing any game face today.
That's a prior video too.
That's prior video. Go back and watch some of the prior videos. On the nose, I got to tell you, this is the first and only time I got what I describe as candied apples. It's that sweetness.
Okay.
Candied apples is what it hit me, because it's got a little bit of a fruity note, and then immediately the sweetness that's right along with it.
And actually, I've tasted this. For some reason, I don't have my notes. Bart, you got your notes from your tasting. Right off the bat on the nose, I get great vanilla, caramel cream, cherries.
Yeah.
Would you?
Flavor, well, I told you my nose is a candied apple, but on the flavor, I get a lot of spice right off the front. A very, very nice vanilla cream, like you're saying, with what I call a caramel corn finish. It's got that caramel corn finish on it that is just delicious. My mouthfeel, the cheeks are coated. It's almost a little bit of a dry mouthfeel for me as well.
A little bit of a dry and almost meat, almost a little bit of a rye spice.
Yeah, I picked that up too.
As well.
I don't know if there's any rye in there or not, but it's that spiciness. And I do get, my notes exactly say that. When I talk about spiced, I've got kind of a question mark on whether or not that is maybe a little rye in there. So good call, I agree 100%. So,
we are using Glencairn glasses even with our bourbons.
Yeah, well, it's a nosing.
Exactly,
right.
Yeah. They do recommend any sort of a tulip-shaped glass to funnel the aromas in to a tighter area where you can pick it up with your nose.
Now, does water help you out any on this one?
No, I haven't tasted yet, but...
But I did my notes. The water didn't do much here for me. It didn't, I didn't need to really tame it down, and I actually get more of that vanilla caramel corn neat. So, I mean, it's still good. It just drops it down a little bit, makes it a little bit more muddled on taste for me.
Now, it is 50% alcohol, a little high for me. Preferred to add a little bit of water and bring it down. I noticed that even though it was good meat and it's very smooth, a little high in the alcohol content. So it's definitely a little bit smoother. I'm still getting the same notes.
I almost get, with the water in it, I get a caramel cola kind of taste to it. I feel like it's almost an old style cola. Very nice. What was our price point locally?
$40 some dollars.
Huh, great. So my malt mark on this, 87. What say you?
89.
Wow. Yeah, it's delicious. I mean, this is one of the best bourbons I've had since we started actually, specifically doing bourbons. By the way, one thing we want to do is we've had a lot of our watchers coming and putting their own taste notes in under the comments. So please, if you've had, E.H. Taylor, Colonel, and you've got your own tasting notes, I love to see some of those tasting notes on there. Who are the last two guys that have just really been putting some great notes? Can you
well, Andrew, I think it's Jarrett.
I think so. I'm usually the name guy.
And yeah.
No.
You're
I can't remember the other guy. I am
terrible with names.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Yeah, I don't remember the other guy either. But yeah, that's good. Come in the comment section on the video. Put your tasting notes in there, and let us know what you think.
And in post, I may throw the names right up here because I really want to shout out their tasting notes have been phenomenal.
And Alan.
Oh, well, we'll come back and talk about Alan.
But yeah, but he loves the Colonel H. Taylor too. So Alan, put your comments in there.
Robertson.
Yep.
All right. Scotch Test Dummies.
Slancha. Dummies.